Hello and welcome. We're going to take a look at the standard Sage100 desktop. Please note that some features described here may not be available in your Sage100 system. You can switch between the standard and classic versions on the user settings screen. The main components of the desktop are the ribbon, the navigation pane, the browser, and the status bar. We'll start with a review of the ribbon. The Home tab has several options, including the Change Company button that lets you switch the current company, and the Change Date button that lets you change the accounting date for the current module. If your system is integrated with Sage Fixed Assets or Sage CRM, you can start them from the Home tab. Next, we'll look at the Modules tab. It lets you change the current module and open tasks. Keep in mind that you may not see the same modules that I have here. The list is filtered based on your security setup. Notice that the sales order menus now appear on the ribbon, and you can click a menu to open a task. On the View tab, you can customize the appearance of the desktop and task windows. This first area contains the available themes that control the visual appearance of the desktop. The Application Scaling button lets you increase the font size for both the desktop and Sage100 task windows. The checkboxes in the Item Arrangement group let you sort module lists, module menus, and tasks alphabetically. The Help tab provides access to the help, as well as support contact information and other online resources. Next, we'll move on to the navigation pane. You can control what appears in the navigation pane by selecting one of the content groups. By default, you have 3 content groups: web content, modules, and favorites. If you want to hide one or more of them, you can do that by clicking here. If you click Navigation Pane Options, you can hide a button by clearing the checkbox, or you can rearrange the order. The Modules content group provides another way to get to the task menus. When you click a module, its menus appear here in the task pane. The Web content group has hyperlinks that open in the embedded browser. You can add a link by going to the View tab on the ribbon and clicking the Edit Web Content button. Click New and then enter the URL and the name that you want to appear. If you want shortcuts to more than web pages, use the Favorites group. You can add shortcuts to tasks, files and folders, other programs, and websites. To add a shortcut to another program, you can drag it from the Windows Start menu or your Windows desktop. You can also drag a file or folder from Windows File Explorer. To add a link to a web page, you can browse to the page in Internet Explorer and then drag the icon that appears in the web address bar to the Favorites area. You can also access your favorites from the ribbon. If you don't see the Favorites tab, click anywhere in the ribbon and select the option to show it. If you already have a link in the web content group, just start dragging it. It's automatically added to your list. One last thing before we move on. You can click this button to minimize the navigation pane. You still have access to the content groups. And you can bring up the navigation menu by clicking anywhere in this column. The content then appears in a pop-up window which closes when you select something. The last thing we're going to look at is the status bar. It shows the current company, the current module, the ID of the person logged in, and the accounting date for the current module. You can click any of these items to make a change. For example, if I click the company name, I get the Select Company window. So if I have more than one company set up, I can switch to a different one. That does it for the tour of the standard desktop. If you want to know more details on these features, take a look at the Getting Started guide. You can find it here on the Resources page. Thanks for watching.